That's your health. Now let's talk about your money. We had a whole episode on what you would do if the stock market started to drop. When the stock market was hitting all-time highs in the fall of 2018, our episode was titled, Markets Are Nervous, What to Do with Your Money Now. We featured in that episode John Malden and David Tice. They're two well-known marketing experts with a tremendous history and a long-term track record. Even as the market was panicking, they were warning that the next market move might be a melt up rather than a meltdown. Have you ever heard of a melt up? Let's watch this clip from episode 5, and then we'll walk through the battle plan that shows you what you can and should do about it. Margin calls on an index fund can be nasty.
I mean,
Can you imagine that? It is indiscriminate selling.
It is scary, and David's right. This next bear market could be much worse than any we've seen. I don't know. I mean, if you're asking me today, where are we going to be between now and the end of the year? My answer is a clear, definite, I don't know. Because it could go up. I mean, Byron Wien could be right. We could be at 3,000 on the S&P. We could be at 2,000. I mean, the market is going to do what the market is going to do.
Pick your Nobel Prize winner. Is it Siegel? Siegel who says the market keeps going up, or is it Schiller?
Well, but it doesn't make, if it makes a difference in your portfolio, whether the market goes up or down, then you have a poorly constructed portfolio. You need to participate in the markets, but you need to protect your downside. So you're not going to be able to get away with zero drawdowns, but if the market goes down 40 or 50, if you go down 10, 12, 13, you've done really good. But you can participate on the upside.
And that's what the risk budget concept.
And that's where the risk budget concept comes in. If you're not budgeting risk, then that advisor is not telling you the true cost of that buy and hold strategy.
So I'm looking through here. I see I've got Bank of America, the great bull market is dead. Morgan Stanley, current events remind us of what happened in August 1987. Schiller, this bull market run has echoes of the late 20s. Jeffrey Gundlach, U.S. economy and stocks could be burnout. He talks about the miracle growth theory. You pour too much miracle growth. Bank of International Settlements warn global economy risk crisis relapse. So there are a lot of people that are concerned, but how close are we?
All right, so it's possible we're still 6 months away. So I've been a long-term bear. My timing is oftentimes too early. I'm fearful of being too early.
But you're not a permanent bear. You were warning of a stock melt up not long ago. I mean, a couple of years ago, I think it was.
Actually, about a year and a half ago. And so I'm still thinking this could end in a melt up. I think it's possible this might happen.
And define a melt up.
Well, a melt up is kind of a final parabolic, rally, when speculation gets extreme.
Speculation gets extreme, and all the short sellers get taken out on stretchers out of the room because they've all had to cover and capitulate. And when they have to cover, they have to buy. So it just cascades.
So,
it's a
melt up is 1928 through October 29. It is 1998, 99. Those are melt up.
Exactly. And frankly, there's not that many short sellers left nowadays, John.
Well, there's enough though out there.
There's a few, but I do believe that's a real possibility because a lot of times markets don't end like this and then crash. A lot of times they end like this and then they crash.
Okay, so let's walk through the episode 5 battle plan. First, you should notice that we say no one can predict with precision or certainty the start or finish to a market drop. But there are some signs to watch out for found on pages 2 and 3. Then on page 5, you get a review of how professionals hedge their portfolios. That's what investors can do if they fear a market decline. Then on page 7, we talk about diversification strategies that you could look into. Of course, we don't provide advice. We provide education. But we also point you to where you should look and how to find an advisor who can help.